All right, welcome everyone. Today is September 9th, 2025, and this is the executive board meeting for this month. We are going to go ahead and start by first calling the meeting to order. And now I will call roll. So, Kevin Pryor, President, I'm here. John Fernandez, Vice President, will not be able to join us tonight. Daniel Cerna, Vice President of Finance.
Aquí, presidente.
Muy bien. John Rockefeller, Secretary.
Present.
Leila DeCan, Member at Large. She's present. She's on the phone. Anand Dhamapalati. Dhamalapati. Yep. And he is coming in a little bit late. Member at Large, David Hayter.
Here.
All right. Member at Large, Lakshmana Vishwanath.
Here.
And Executive Director, Renee Bartlett.
Here.
Okay, we are all here. Let me flip my screen back. All right. So we will now
Kevin,
move
you want to note that John Fernandez is not here? I can't remember if you
I
said
did.
that. Oh, I
did at the point of, yeah, I did.
Gotcha.
He will not be joining us tonight either. So even though he's not here at the moment. Are there any conflicts of interest that need to be disclosed? Anything new? All right. Hearing none, we'll continue on. So we'll move then to the financial report from Vice President of Finance, Daniel Cerna.
Thank you, Kevin. So for the month August and kind of combined with July because of how the tournament breakdowns happened, membership revenues increased about 7% over last year. However, we're a little short of our budgeted revenue by about 5% currently. Operational expenses are continuing to stay under budget due to efficient management at our home office, so thank you very much. Tournament expenses for the first 2 months appears to be a total of $37,000 negative. Investment revenue is a key growth driver for our restricted funds. However, the reserve fund is declining quickly due to expenses that are being used. About $5.2 million in restricted assets, $1.8 million in unrestricted, and about $1.8 million in total liabilities. Thank you. Oh, you're on mute there, Kevin.
Yes, thank you. The tournament item, the 30,000, what do we attribute that to? Is that something that we regularly see? Is it the result of?
It looks to be just the difference between revenue and expenses for the tournaments that we had for July, August together. There's a little bit of overlap right there. So combined between all the events, it doesn't look like it includes any kind of hotel expenses that might be separated out. That's where the difference is. So it may have been budgeted differently. However, the money we spent versus the money we made. The U.S. Open is typically a slight loss. So we're right in a range where that's pretty normal. We did not suffer any major loss on the event. It performed as expected, and we look forward to our Scholastic season coming up.
All right. Any other questions? All right. We will thank you for the report, Daniel. And what we'll do at this point now is go into closed session. We'll see you on the other side. All right. We are back from closed session, and we have some motions to vote on tonight. Mr. Secretary, how many motions do we have?
Thank you, Mr. President. We have 9 motions coming out of closed session.
All right. Would you read off the first one, please?
Yes. The Executive Board moves to update and approve the attached resolution and assignment of the Bank of America account, ownership, and related matters for the U.S. Chess Federation by revising the signatories to its accounts with Bank of America as follows: Kevin Pryor, Daniel Cerna, Corey Cormick, and Renee Bartlett as new signatories.
All right, that's reflecting the change that we've had on the executive board. Is there a second for this motion?
Second.
All right, it's been seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of accepting this motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
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 Right, motion is, let's see, 7-0.
One.
One absent.
Pardon?
7-0,
with
one absent.
With one
One
absence. Yeah. So the motion carries. What's the next one?
The executive board moves to approve the ethics committee recommendation to suspend the U.S. Chess membership of Justin Arnold, U.S. Chess ID number 12667835 for 3 years, effective September 9 to 2025, for violation of Section 6A of the U.S. Chess Code of Ethics and Section 6B of the U.S. Chess Code of Ethics. The executive board notes that Justin Arnold did not appeal the recommended sanction within 30 days upon receipt of notification from the ethics committee.
All right, do I have a second for this motion?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
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 All right, the motion passes 7-0. Next motion, sir.
The executive board moves to approve the ethics committee recommendation to suspend the U.S. Chess membership of Ram Dake, U.S. Chess ID number 124444968 for 2 years, effective September 9, 2025, for violation of sections 8A and B of the U.S. Chess Code of Ethics. Furthermore, the executive board moves to impose an additional probationary period of 5 years following the 2-year suspension. The executive board notes that Ram Dake did not appeal the recommended sanction within 30 days upon receipt of notification from the ethics committee.
All right, is there a second for this motion?
Second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? All right, let's vote. All in favor, either raise your hand or say aye or both.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's note that the motion passes 7-0. Next motion, sir.
Yes. The executive board moves to reprimand Cesar Tamandong, U.S. Chess ID number 12439091, for violation of Section 3, Prohibited Conduct B, bullying of the Safe Play policy, and to impose a 6-month period of suspension that begins on September 9, 2025, and ends on March 9, 2026, followed by a 3-year probation. Before the executive board's decision takes effect, Cesar Tamandong has 30 days from the date of receiving this notice to appeal the decision to suspend his membership.
All right, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. President, just a clarification, was the motion to reprimand or to suspend? I think it was to
Motion
suspend.
was to suspend.
Yes. Oh, good point. So I'm sorry. Well, no, so it says the executive board moves to reprimand and then to impose a 6-month period of suspension, followed by a 3-year probation. So there are really 3 elements. So that is 30 days to appeal the decision to suspend his membership.
So the question is, should reprimand be in the motion?
And yes, it should.
You believe it should? I think it still has the same effect. It's reprimand and suspend.
One could
Any
argue
other
that
discussion?
one could argue it's unnecessary because the suspension is more than that. Was the idea that reprimand was going to be there if there was no suspension? Or perhaps we should close
Yes,
this?
there was no suspension. There's a reprimand.
Right. I can see that.
So let's modify the motion to remove reprimand and just go with the suspend.
Moves to, let me redo this. to impose a 6-month period of suspension that begins on and ends on. Do you mind if we just close this for a minute while I'm doing this so I don't get anything wrong again? I don't know if we do. Maybe we don't need to do that. Executive board moves to impose a 6-month period of suspension on Cesar Okay, I think I got it now.
All right, if you would reread it for us, please.
Yeah, sorry, I got to clean up one thing. And followed by gotcha. Okay. Okay, as amended. The executive board moves to impose a 6-month period of suspension of Cesar Tamondong's suspension of needs to say his membership. Period of suspension. How do I phrase that? Suspension of Cesar Tamondong's U.S. Chess membership.
Suspension of U.S. chess membership.
Yes.
Okay. So starting from again, the executive board moves to impose a 6-month period of suspension of Cesar Tamondong's U.S. Chess membership for violation of Section 3, prohibited conduct, B, bullying of the safe play policy. I'm going to do a which begins because it's such a long time there. Which begins. Actually, it's better that because then it appears that it's modifying the safe play policy. That begins on September 9th and ends on March 9th, begins on September 9th, 2025 and ends on March 9th, 2026, followed by a 3-year probation. Before the executive board's decision takes effect, Cesar Tamondong has 30 days from the date of receiving this notice to appeal the decision to suspend his membership. That's better.
All right. Is there a second motion?
Second.
Thank you. Second. Any discussion? Let's vote. All in favor, raise your hand or say aye or both.
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries 7-0. The next motion, please.
Yes. The executive board moves to suspend the U.S. Chess membership of Alex Silvestre, U.S. Chess ID number 15446526, for 3 years for violations of Section 3, prohibited conduct of the safe play policy. After this period of suspension, Alex Silvestre shall be on probation for 10 additional years. Before the executive board's decision takes effect, Alex Silvestre has 30 days from the date of receiving this notice to appeal the decision to suspend his membership.
All right, that's the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? Let's put it to a vote. All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand or say aye or both.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, sir.
Yes. Okay. The executive board moves to suspend the U.S. Chess membership of Christian Silvestre, U.S. Chess ID number 15467517, for 5 years for violations of Section 3, prohibited conduct of the safe play policy. After the period of suspension, Christian Silvestre shall be on probation for 10 additional years. Before the executive board's decision takes effect, Christian Silvestre has 30 days from the date of receiving this notice to appeal the decision to suspend his membership.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's go to a vote. All in favor of the motion, raise your hand or say aye or both.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Okay.
Next one, sir.
After
Number 7.
After conducting an appeal hearing on September 7, 2025, the Executive Board moves to suspend for 2 years the U.S. Chess membership of Andrew Hoy, U.S. Chess ID number 128466007, for violation of Section 6A of the U.S. Chess Code of Ethics, effective March 29, 2025. Furthermore, the Executive Board moves to impose an additional probationary period of 3 years following the 2-year suspension.
Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Second.
All right, it's been seconded. Any discussion? Let's go to a vote. All in favor of the motion, please say aye or raise your hand or both. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
I was not able to attend
Okay.
the appeals hearing, so I abstain.
I see. So that one is 6-0 with one abstention. Motion number 8.
After conducting an appeal hearing on September 7, 2025, the Executive Board moves to uphold the revocation of the U.S. Chess membership of Joseph Cheng-Yu Wan, U.S. Chess ID number 140-23940, for violations of Section 3, prohibited conduct, subparagraph A1, sexual misconduct involving minors of the U.S. Chess safe play policy, and that a flag be placed on his official record to prohibit him from renewing his membership or otherwise rejoining U.S. Chess under his current or an assumed name. Mr. Wan is forbidden to appear at, attend, or participate in any U.S. Chess sanctioned events, rated or unrated. Mr. Wan may apply to the Executive Board for reinstatement of his membership no sooner than 5 years from September 7, 2025. Furthermore, the Executive Board moves to request that FIDE extends the sanction worldwide for 5 years.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, let's vote. All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand or say aye or both.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
One abstain.
Let the record show 6-0, 1 abstention. Motion number 9.
The Executive Board moves to accept the revised committee list as uploaded with these additions. Chess and Education, Paul Swaney. College, Dylan Challenger, Gus Houston, Bartek Maiseja, Julio Sadora, Nate Schumann. Seniors, Venkata Pulabhatla, Chuck Unruh. And these removals: College, Constantine Ananiadis, John Burke, Russell Harwood, Beatrice Marinello, Devanshi Rathi, Alan Sherman, Thomas Slayton, James Stalling.
All right, is there a second to the motion?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's move to a vote. All in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye or both, please.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, record reflect, motion carries 7-0. All right, that concludes our business for tonight, and we will see you next month.
I move to adjourn.
There we go. Oh, by the way, let the record reflect that Anand Damalapati actually was able to make it. And actually, I think I said his name right for the first time, Damalapati.
Yep.
And so we do have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.